Hello friends, I am Lakshman. You're watching Learn Programming by Lucky Shore YouTube channel. In this video, you will learn what is the architecture of a database. Database architecture can be two-tier or three-tier architecture based on how users are connected to the database to get their request one. They can either directly connect it to the database or their request is received by intermediate layer which synthesize the request and then it sends to the database. Now let us discuss the two-tier architecture. In two-tier architecture, application program or client directly interacts with the database. There will not be any user interface or the user involved with database interaction. Imagine a front-end application of school where we need to display the reports of all the students who are opted for different subjects. In this case, the application will directly interact with the databases and retrieve all required data. Here, no inputs from the user are required. This involves two-tier architecture of the database. Let us consider another example of two-tier architecture. Consider a railway ticket reservation system. How does this work? Imagine a person is reserving the ticket from Delhi to Goa on particular day. At the same time, another person in some other place of Delhi is also reserving the ticket to Goa on the same day for the same train. Now there is a requirement for two tickets, but for different persons. What will reservation system do? It takes the request from both of them and queues the request entered by each of them. Here, here the request entered to the application layer and a request is sent to the database layer. Once the request is processed in database, the request is sent back to the application layer for the user. Then what are the advantages of two-tier architecture? It is easy to understand as it directly communicates with the database. The next one, it is requested data can be retrieved very quickly where there is less number of users. It is easy to modify any changes required directly request can be sent to the database. The next point, it is easy to maintain. When there are multiple requests, it will handle in a queue and there will not be any chores. Then what are the disadvantages of two-tier architecture? It would be time consuming when there is a huge number of users. All the requests will be queued and handed one after another. Hence, it will not respond to multiple users at the same time. The next point, this architecture would little cost effective. Now let us discuss about three-tier architecture. Three-tier architecture is the most widely used database architecture in IT industry. It can be viewed as below. The first one is presentation layer, is also called user layer. User layer is the layer where users uses the database. He does not have any knowledge about underlying database. He simply interacts with the database as though he has all data in front of him. You can imagine this layer as a registration form where you will be inputting your details. Did you ever guess after pressing submit button where the data goes? No, right? You just know that your details are saved. This is the presentation layer where all the details from the user are taken and sent to the next layer for processing. The next layer is application layer. Application layer is the underlying program which is responsible for saving the details that you have entered and retrieving your details to show up in the page. This layer has all the business logics like validation, calculation, and manipulations of data, and then sends the request to the database to get the actual data. If this layer sees that the request is invalid, it's sent back to it sends back the message to presentation layer. It will not hit the database layer at all. The third one is data layer or database layer. This layer is where actual database resides. In this layer, all the tables, their mappings, and the actual data present. When you save your when you save your details from the front end, it will be inserted into the respective tables in the database layer by using the program in the application layer. When you want to view your details in the web browser, a request is sent to the database layer by application layer. The database layer fires queries and gets the data. These data are then transferred to the browser, that means presentation layer, by the program in the application layer. Then what are the advantages of three-tier architecture? It is easy, maintain and modify. If any changes requested will not affect any other data in the database, application layer will do all the validations. It also can, next point is, it can improve the security. Since there is no direct access to the database, data security is increased. There is no fear of mishandling the data. And the third advantage is it provides good performance. Since this architecture cache the data once retrieved, there is no need to hit the database for each request. This reduces the time consumed for multiple requests and hence enables the system to respond at the same time. Then what about the disadvantage of three-tier architecture? The disadvantage of three-tier architectures are that is a little more complex and a little more effort is required in terms of hitting the database. So that's all about the database architecture and different types of database architectures. If you like this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and share to your friends and also likes our videos. And thank you for visit. Have a nice day.